Hey, Scott, can you hear me?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you very well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Thanks for joining today's call. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thanks.
Thanks. So, Scott, as I can see right here, you showed interest or raising capital for your own firm. I would love to know more about your background. What have you done so far, and more about your own firm. And if we can help, I will share a bit of what we do in the end of this call.
Okay, sure. So we launched a private fund last January. So I guess would be considered a hedge fund. We have a strategy that's basically long biased, and we use a hedge overlay for downside protection. And had a good year last year. We were like plus 37%. So pretty good 1 year. We have a traditional 1.5% fixed fee, 20% incentive fee. Um, Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. No real long lockouts, pretty brief lockout period. Um, it's pretty straightforward. I've been in the business about 35 years, and um, you know, been had you know, prior jobs with institutional accounts, ING Investment Management. I worked for a hedge fund for 10 years, and I worked for an ETF fund sponsor for about 9 years.
That's it. And is it like your first fund here?
Um, yeah, it's the first fund I launched personally.
That's it. And the current asset management was Emily?
Yeah, so we got seeded by a single family office in December for $1 million. Prior to that, it was my own personal capital for most of last year. And then a single family office seeded $1 million.
That's it. And the performance, what the annually performance currently?
The what? I'm sorry.
The performance for the last year, what it was?
What's the defer? What do you mean a deferment?
I mean the return. What it was the return?
About 37% gross. I sent you
Uh,
guys a fact sheet yesterday. You can take a look at it.
sure. And the max drawdown, what it was?
About 6%.
Okay. And you had any shorn up rate at that time? Do you had any shorn from the investor? Is it like someone who left your own fund with the last for the last 2 years?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any metric on that? How many investors they left?
Oh no, we didn't have any investors leave.
Okay.
We just had one single family office investor come into the fund.
That's it. That's what you had since you have started until today.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. How many team members you got right now?
No, it's just myself.
So you are the portfolio manager, and you're doing the marketing side. You're taking the calls, or what are you doing currently for besides the portfolio management?
Yeah, all that and above, and I'm a trader and everything. Weighing assets, I've been in the industry so long, I know so many people to lean on. If I need an equity research analyst, I have 2 or 3 people to lean on. If I want to hire sales and distribution, I know 3 or 4 people. If I want to hire a COO or a fractional, I can do that. I have outsourced CCO relationships for compliance. So I have a lot of networking. It's pretty easy to kind of scale up if we get a big ticket like 25, 50 million. Um, we can easily handle that with the additional headcount.
Okay. And you have been at the same range, 1 million, for how long?
Just since December.
Okay. And have you tried to raise capital by any other ways since then?
Yeah, just mostly working through my network. I just didn't really want to take a bunch of $200,000 accounts. Um, I'm trying to go more $1 million to $5 million accounts. I didn't want to. I just didn't want to go get 100, 50 or 75, $200,000 accounts. It's just don't think that's really scalable or really long term a great strategy. So I'm just trying to go for larger accounts. And so mostly in the single family offices, some broker dealers, registered investment advisors that I have relationships with and things like that.
Okay. And do you think family offices they would invest into you right now? Is that big family offices they would invest into you right now of what you have for instructors?
For what we have and what now? For what?
For what do you have for system currently? Do you think that everything in the place today to handle family offices capital?
Yeah, so that's kind of yeah. I've got a conference we're going to in a couple weeks in Austin, Texas. Um, there's probably 75 family offices we're going to meet with. So yeah, that's kind of our focus.
Awesome to hear that. And what the fee structure currently?
We have a fixed fee of 1.5, an incentive fee of 20%, and a no perf rate, but we have a high water mark.
Okay. And what do you think that you need help with today in order to raise $10 million in investment?
Um, well, I mean, I think it's a lot of things. I mean, it's getting, talking to more people, getting more meetings, probably for starters. It's I get a lot of conversations from people I know, but trying to build the network out a little bit deeper and wider and trying to have more meetings and more conversations.
Awesome to hear it. And today, do you have positive conversations with investors or LPS who would be interested to invest into your own fund?
Into what? Is investors into so what now? What kind of
Uh,
investor?
Investors on LPS who would be interested to invest into your own fund. Do you have conversations with them right now?
What's an LPS?
Okay.
A
All right. Let's stay with investors as this case. Do you have any conversation with investors who would be interested to invest into your own fund currently?
yeah, yeah, yeah. We are. Our performance was really good, so we have a lot of interest.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. And why you haven't raised capital from them so far? What do you think that it has already stopped you? What do you want to see for more material from your own side or some more tractions that you need to generate before they would invest into your own fund? What they are telling you of answers?
I think it's just money. I think it's just a sense of urgency. Trying to get you know money in motion. Maybe they're moving from a different strategy that's not working for them, and trying to find a different strategy into this. So I think it's trying to find that money that's in motion, trying to go from one strategy into another strategy. So we're trying to catch some of that sense of urgency. So it's mostly what we focus on.
Okay. And right now, you don't need any help to raise capital, as you can see. Do you think that you only need to have more meetings and that's it, and everything in the place to make sure that you will raise capital?
Well, it's not exactly easy to get meetings. it's
I mean, you can get a lot of meetings today with who you want to, but I mean, you need to get the qualified meetings. Is that the case here?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Exactly, because if you will have meetings with someone who is Turkey car, so you will only spend your own time on something that will never matter, correct?
That's right. That's correct.
And in the space is full of Turkey cars. I am totally aware of it.
Yeah.
That's it. And right now you have been in the same place since uh, for like few months right now. You haven't been for like over a year, correct?
Yeah, we did an incubator fund. I don't know if you're familiar with that. So the incubator, you can't really market the fund.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So once
That,
we
that's
got in a real client, we can start marketing.
okay. So you have started with us a mini one, if we say that, and then it was the time you started to establish a regular one, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. And when you started with it?
When did I start?
Exactly. When have you started with the mini fund?
We started in January of last year.
January last year. Awesome to hear it. And since then, you started in the beginning. You started from your own assets. You started from your own money, and then with the time you started to get others people money, which is a family office that you have onboarded. And since then, you have the semi client. Correct.
That's correct.
Correct. assets. And right now, you're doing any marketing? What do you have for marketing channels that you have already started to work on? How have you started to build your own brand? How spread the message worldwide?
Just mostly just networking through family offices and RIAs. So we haven't really done much on the branding side yet. Um, because we just haven't really done that too much. But we'll work on it. Maybe get a website and some LinkedIn content, get some content out there. But mostly we just been networking through family office and RIAs.
Got it. And how it went? Do you think that actually started to generate any positive traction from it? Is it working with the
Yeah,
family?
yeah, we have about 100 people that we have interest that we keep in our database. We reach out to.
Awesome. And for how long have you been engaging with them?
It's about December, November, December.
Awesome to hear it. And what they are telling you, what they want to see.
Um, I'm not sure they necessarily want to see anything. It's just a matter of, does their strategy something that aligns with what they want to, with their goals? That's something they have interest in.
Got it. What's your main strategy right here?
We are long 2025 large cap US equity. And then we have a risk hedge model that we use for downside protection. And we use either put options for downside or we use volatility hedges.
Okay. Okay. And the strategies that you have already worked on, that you have already crafted, and as you have already mentioned to me, you have already generated 37% return yearly on it, which is that's absolutely impressive.
Mhm.
And as you can see right here, why the strategies that you have already crafted, it will keep working later on if you will start to manage 10 million asset management and beyond that.
Yep, we have capacity up to about 1 billion.
You have.
Yeah, that's our capacity. So we would probably close the fund at somewhere around 1 billion.
Okay. That's the final asset vision. That's what you are looking to get up to, the 1 billion.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
And do you have any roadmap? Do you have any strategy on when you will get there and how you will get there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably 3 to 5 year plan.
Exactly. And what do you think that you need to have in the place in order to get up there?
Uh, Seed capital. We need that first 10, 20 million.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
we
do you,
need that somebody that's either wants to take a break on the fees and commit capital or participate in some manager economics or something in lieu of a seed capital into the fund.
okay. And the capital that you are seeking currently, are you looking to get it from the local market? Is it like from the US or is it like more offshore? Or is it like more globally? What do you have for plans right there?
Yeah, it doesn't matter really for us. I mean, we it doesn't matter. It could be anywhere.
Okay.
I don't
And
really have I don't have too many international connections,
mm,
but we have some in Puerto Rico. We have some Russian oligarchs in Puerto Rico that we know. But yeah, it's kind of what we're looking for. I think that first 10 to 20 million is the differentiator.
okay. Got it. And in order to get the capital, what do you think that you need to have in the place? What do you think that you need to have for operators in your own fund to make sure that you will not only close the capital, but you will also retain the capital, correct? Which is that's how you are making money. You are not making money by closing capital. You're making money by retaining the capital and keep making more money on the capital that you have already generated. So
Mhm.
what you would have for strategies to retain the capital for the long term?
I mean, our story is downside protection, protecting the downside through volatile markets.
Okay. And what you would have for methods or strategies to actually keep the investors or family offices engaged with your own fund and keep having them in your own fund for the long term?
We'll probably do monthly. We do monthly content, monthly portfolio recaps, risk management recaps, update performance. We're pretty transparent.
Okay. Are you doing it currently?
Yes, we do monthly. We do about
Okay.
100 prospects.
Okay. And have you seen any positive or negative feedback from the family office that you currently have because of that?
Yeah, I'm not sure we've had negative feedback. We've had some positive feedback.
Okay. So they appreciate that.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. And right now, the index that you currently have you raised any capital from it?
Not yet. Not yet. No.
Okay. Do you think that you need to have a new intro deck in order to raise capital?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's a real answer to that. I think it's just people getting to know you and just having a personal relationship with the investors. Just takes time.
So you think that in order to raise capital, it will take you time to make that happen, correct?
Well, I think it just takes the personal relationships built
Or
over, when somebody has to know you first.
I'm totally aware of it, and I
Yeah.
totally agree with that completely. And in order to make sure that you will raise capital massively and aggressively, do you think that you need to have a limited amount of open lines with the qualified investors that you can just get back to them on each one of them and have the relationship with them on and on until they are ready to start to commit to your own fund? Do you think that's what you need to have in order to scale up?
Um, Probably. I mean, it's probably would help. Yeah.
So do you think that you need to have more lines with qualified investors in order to make that happen, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it hurts.
I just want to break it down right now. I mean, if you have only one investor today, or you have 200 investors today, if you will talk with this specific investor and you have only with this specific line and you will keep touching on the same line and again and again and again, so maybe it sounds how it will look like that you don't have any others line, and the investor he will start to pull back. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But if you have many others open lines with the qualified investors and you will start to touch on this line today and this line tomorrow, and you keep touching on them until the relationship has already been built, crafted, establish it in the place, and then in the end, the transaction, it will go through it. Do you think that number one solution, it will work for you, or number two solution, it will work for you? What do you think?
I'm not sure exactly what you're saying, but I think you're just saying if I have more dialogue to
I'm,
more different types of investors and just continue
exactly.
dialogue with more investors, that it will the more people you talk to, the more ability and likelihood you can close business, I think is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. I
Okay.
mean, if you will talk with more qualified investors, so you don't need only to focus on one investor. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You can start to focus on the others, so you can craft the relationship with the others at the same time. So when you see that trust has already been established and the credibility has already been in the place in this specific relationship of the multiple relationships that you have in the same time, so you will see the transaction will go through. But thus you will not achieve that if you will only have um, few contact informations with investors in your own pipelines. Do you understand?
Right. That's true. Yep, that's true. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Scott, why do you want to work with us?
Well, we're just kind of looking at, ways to get that first 10 million in the door. Um, Everybody has kind of a different approach. So we're just kind of seeing what the approach you guys have, um, to get that initial 1 to 10 million.
Okay. Okay. Uh, got it. Have you received the intro deck? You have already received the intro deck, and As I can see the PDF of the program, the Capital Racer program. Have you been able to take a look on them?
I did. Yes, I did.
And what do you think about the program? Is that what you need to have help with?
Yeah, I think parts of it. I mean, I think the branding and I think some of that is helpful. Um, ways to brand and continue to, keep after prospects and stay on top of the prospects and having a process around that.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So do you think that the branding would help you the best of the most right now in your own current stage?
Um, it's probably not the most help. I think it's helpful. I think the most help is just finding investors who are interested in the strategy. I think that's just
Exactly,
at the end of the day, that's the most simplest way.
exactly,
If you're not interested in long equity with hedges, and compounding returns over 20%, then, move on.
exactly, exactly. Totally. Understood, understood. And when are you looking to start?
Um, sometime probably the next 90 days, I would think.
Okay. Are you full-time right now, head fund manager?
Um, yeah, I mean,
I mean, do you have a part-time job or do you have any other businesses that you are driving right now or do you have in the place?
yeah, I work for an ETF sponsor, but um, it's kind of more of a contract role.
Okay. Is it like how many hours per day? Do you have 9 to 5 or?
Maybe like a couple hours a day.
Okay. 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 I have also the last question right here before we're wrapping up. Uh, are you committed to your own vision? I mean, right now you have already explained to me the whole vision. You have already explained to me the whole process, which is that's absolutely impressive. What you have already shared it to me right here. But are you actually committed to make something from it? Are you actually looking to put the effort, the time into it, and make something from it? Because we have already received over 300 applications. And I want to make sure that everyone who will work with me, they actually committed to make something from it. So I will not invest into my own time and my effort, connection sources into something that will not make sense in the end for your own side and for my own side. Are you committed on that or not? Be crystal clear and just be honest with me with full of honesty. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm committed. Committed. It's what I do. I mean, it's everything. It's pretty much everything I do 24/7 from Sunday night to Sunday morning every week, every day from Monday through Friday. It's raising capital.
Okay. Okay. And you are looking to make your vision to your own reality during this year, during the next quarter. Is that the case here?
Yeah, sometime in the next, you know, I've got a lot of meetings in April already set up. Um, a lot of Zooms. I've got some face-to-face family offices. Um, pretty stacked. I'm pretty stacked up for April. Um, but yeah, I'm looking. We're probably gonna. Yeah, I mean, it's our time frame is pretty imminent, pretty short, pretty short. And
Awesome. As this case, I'm assuming that you have already meetings right now during April, so maybe you can raise 10 million from the family offices that you will meet them right there, correct?
or 25 to 50. I'm really trying to get a really bigger ticket to like, you know, a big allocator that wants to take upside in the fund itself.
Awesome. Awesome to hear that. As this case, as it sounds like you have everything in the place and you have the right connections. So it may not, you need help with it from our side.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We probably do in some level. I mean, we probably do. And it's
I'm just here to understand that where you are right now in your own journey, and if you need help and you are committed to that, if that, so we will take a look on it and we will make sure to get back to you. If you have already connections today that actually would help you, so it's way better to take a look on those applications and make sure that we will help those who are actually seeking for help and they are actually seeking connections and resources, correct?
Yeah, I think it's both. It's both, really. I'm new. I'm really only 3 months into this, right? Like I'm just barely starting the process, so it's still new. And so, yeah, we need all the help we can get. Um, we maybe we can have a follow up call and get into a little more of your process and um, the what your time commitments we would need and um, expectations and how many meetings you could probably drive. Just get into maybe some more detail in a follow up call.